All right, let's get this party started. Let's get this show on the road. That's right. Well, you notice everybody else, everyone, right? Outside of Christina and I, of course, everyone, all understand, they're not doing anything and they're giving up. You understand? They're all giving up. And again, this has to do with faith in God. Okay. Everything is about God, right? We're not trying to win or lose anything. I'm comfortable losing. You understand? Not really. I'm not comfortable losing an actual competition, but there's nothing to compete over. There is no competition going on or being had. You know, that's the whole thing. You feel me? So we just chilling. Like I said, I got my water. Um, I'm gonna have to try to do something about this hair. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm gonna figure something out because this is getting out of control here. Um, it looks pretty though, but you know, I mean, I want to really talk. I mean, I'd like to not be specific, but again, I invited Charles to come over here to talk. Um, I'm looking at everything going on, and again, this is the thing. That's why I said what I said primarily because I was just speaking the truth of what I saw. Like I said, you know, my suggestion. I mean, you're gonna have to buckle up, man, and persevere, man. You came this far, and as a real friend and trying to be a real friend, I really think that you should try to see this through. I don't want to give you the wrong advice. Oh, he's so cute. Meow. Huh. Just randomly I just hear meow. He's just chilling. Well, that's not the same cat either. That's a different one, I think. But yeah, like I said, you know, the reason why I say what I say sometimes and I say it so strongly is because I'm right and I know what I'm talking about. Okay. And I'm not trying to be overbearing with that at all. I'm actually trying to be the complete opposite. That's why I'm trying to deliver it the best way I know how. But, I also can't really walk on eggshells for folks all the time. Yeah, I got to do something about this hair. Um, but, the point is just that, how do I put it? I mean, you came this far, man. You came this far. You've really, really done a lot, you know. Like I said, I may not agree with every move that you make and that's fine. It doesn't matter. But this is what I'm gonna say. Okay. You came this far, man. You've been going through hell. You've gone through a lot to get to this point. If it were me, man, I'm just saying, I mean, I want y'all to be safe and good. That's the main thing, but I would see it through, man. Especially when you're giving people your word. See, that's the thing. You can't give people your word and then not keep your word. That's the first thing. The number two thing is if you give up on this, it means that you've given up on everything, and you're going to let a lot of folks down. That's the truth. It's the sad, real reality that you're going to let a lot of folks down because I'm sitting here cheering for you. I'm sitting here believing in you and Shelly and hoping that you'll see it through. I believe in you, man. If anyone else doesn't, I do, man. I think that you can do this. I truly do. I think that you could switch up your formula a little bit about how you go about doing things, and that's the whole thing that, again, it comes back to primarily is, we have to be in a position, and these are just lessons you learn in life, but we have to be in a position to help ourselves before we can help others. It's always good to help people along the way. Trust me, I'm one of the main people who does it, but to an extent, and there's nothing wrong with helping. I mean, you want to help people, you can, and you will be blessed if you do it with genuine intention without expecting anything back, but again, you do have to acknowledge and face reality and face the facts. You know what I'm saying? Um, so, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you can't be using these things as a tactic and then trying to gain sympathy and attention on social media. Not saying that that's what you're doing. I'm not sure. I don't know, but that's the thing. A normal person is going to look at it. They're going to say, and I'm just telling you the normal human mind, how it works. A normal person is going to look at it in the situation and they're going to say, look like Penelope Cruz right now with these banks. Um, you know, a normal person is going to look at the situation. They're going to say, I mean, how can they complain? This is not me, my opinion, but a normal person is going to look and say, how can they complain and ask for money when they're sitting here and they're, going out their way to feed other people who are or whatever, homeless or whatever. And again, I totally back you up in everything you're doing. I think it's a great idea. I think it's awesome that you got it done. I'm proud of you, sincerely. These aren't my thoughts, but they're the thoughts of normal people and the way that the human mind works, and I understand that when you're doing God's will and God's work, yes, people are not going to understand, but I'm just saying that's the way they're going to look at it. They're going to look at it and they're going to say, why are these people turning around and begging for money and asking for money if they're begging for money in the first place, panhandling or whatever they're doing, and then they're taking that money and then instead of using it for themselves and for their animals and their dogs and everything, they're giving it to feed breakfast to the homeless. Do you get what I'm saying? How there's no way in reality that you'll be able to make that make sense to the public. I understand when you're trying to help others, but like I said, I mean, that's why I would love to talk to you, and I don't know if I guess you're just that busy with what you're doing. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I try to teach people. Like, if people would learn that you can use this show to market and promote, you can use this show to come talk about these situations, it would get you so much farther. If you want to come ask people to help you, be my guest. Use my platform to do so. I have no issue with that. That's what we're here for, to help each other. But what you're doing is you're saying that you're giving up. And I don't believe you're going to give up. I don't. I don't think you're going to give up. But I understand it gets frustrating. I understand you're going to feel like that. You're going to say things you don't mean. It's all natural. I don't blame you. It's normal. Hold on. But you're not only saying that you're going to give up, right? Which is giving up pretty much on everything and everyone around you. And I get that it might have to do with like the winds out there because they're in the middle of New Mexico and apparently there's like real windy nights. So like the camper was like shaking to the point that it was like about to flip over. I mean, I'd be scared too. That's pretty scary, right? I'd be a little shook. You know what I mean? I would want to try to stick it out if it was possible, but yeah, that would be a lot to handle, because you don't know what's going to happen if it does, or what's going to start leaking or anything. So I understand. I totally do. Seriously, I have a lot of empathy. I'm an empath. I can relate to people and feel, what you're going through. But the thing that I don't understand is how your first thought, and this is the disingenuous part of it all, it goes to, and this is what I was calling out primarily. And see, that was the thing, is you were calling it negativity, and I told you it's not negativity, sir. It's the truth. Everything that I'm saying is the truth. It may not be the truth that you want to hear, but it's the truth. And I even deleted those shows for you. I went in, I said what I said. I took it all back. I said, nah, and I truly believe I was wrong on a lot of it, and I deleted those shows. No problem. I can admit when I'm wrong, but, you know, come on, man. I mean, when your first thought, bro, like, look at me, bro. Like, you don't seem to get, see, you think my everything for me is just peaches and cream, don't you? You don't seem to get it. That, do you know what I would do to have something like that right now? Like, to have a whole lot of land. Like, I would do anything to have what you have right now. Real talk. Like, on top of everything else I got, yes, but I would, because I work for everything I have. But bro, I would do anything for that. And his first thought, I just don't understand it. Your first thought is, you talk about you're going to sign the land over to the homeless folks in New Mexico. Bro, they're going to ruin that land. That's common sense. See, that's the thing. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing out something, and I'm saying it the nicest way I can. But You got to use common sense here, man. I mean, it's like just like the concept of trying to bring them out there to that land and them asking the first normal question, is there water out there? And you're saying, no, we have to bring water. They're going to lose it if they don't have water. I mean, you're in the middle of the desert, and it's just not a good idea. It's not a good plan. I'm sorry. It's just not, and they're going to flip and they're going to do whatever they can to get water. And guess what? You have the only source of water, is what I'm guessing. So that's just not a smart decision, right? But his first thing he thought of, and that's what don't make no sense, is he should be talking to me and communicating with me. It's your thing. You own it. You're in control of it. It's your thing, brother. Make the decisions that you want. I can't tell you what to do. I'm fully aware of that. But it's pretty disingenuous and it's wrong and it's not right. Okay. To your first thought to say, well, you're going to sign the land over to the homeless so they can ruin it. You think that those folks are going to go 12 miles and they're going to be able to use that camper and that land and build anything? They're homeless. And what I mean by that is, you don't seem to grasp the concept that people are in the situations they're in, a lot of them, because of their own decisions. They're there because their own issues. If you look at most of the folks, it's great to help them. I mean, they deserve help. Everybody does. But if you look at a lot of them, and you're not judging, but being realistic, you can see why they're there. You can see why they're in the position they're in. They really don't have other people to blame. They have themselves to blame. Is that not a fact? If they didn't develop these issues, if they didn't have these habits, and that's the problem, is that we have a whole lot of people with those bad habits in the world now today that want to defend it and justify it. I got people I talk to all the time. Plenty of them want to justify that. Plenty of them want to say, if you say anything about it, oh, you're a bad guy now. Nah, it's wrong to have those habits and be justifying them. How are you going to justify something that's not helping you? That's clearly doing the opposite. You can't, right? Like I said, it doesn't make any sense. You're being disingenuous. If that's what you're going to do, Charles, I'm sorry, but if you do that, and I hope that you don't, but if you do that, and your first thought, instead of thinking and saying, hey, I'm gonna be a friend to Tyree, an actual genuine friend, and this is just my idea, and I hope they hear it, and it is what it is. Why would you not say, I'm gonna give it to somebody who's responsible, who will do something with it? And that's all I'm saying. I'm always trying to be positive, brother. I don't have anything but positive things to say about you or to you or about anyone, to be frank. I just have to say the truth sometimes. And it's hard sometimes that I have to do that, but I have to, and I apologize for that, but like I said, am I saying anything that's not positive in this show? No. Like I said, why not say, I'm gonna be a real friend of Tyree, and you know what? He needs this. I'm gonna give him, you could sign that land over to me. You could sign the camper over to me. And this is real talk. And like I told you, what I messaged you, and you probably still haven't read, and that's my thing, is you're focused on, and I understand you're in the middle of a lot, so I get it, but your focus is on all this other stuff that's like, it's more like you're trying to prove a point. You understand? That's all I'm saying, because I don't know, I'll put it like this, man. If that's your first thought, I mean, if that's the decision you want to make, that's on you, but it's going to really prove to me and everyone, it's just going to show that you're disingenuous, that you don't really believe anything you're saying. It really is. It's going to let a lot of folks down. It's going to let the folks out there down. It's going to let everyone down, and that's the whole point. Is not only is it going to let everyone down, right, but it's going to exemplify that, like I said, that you don't believe in anything you've just told all these folks or me or said. And that's not a good look, brother. So that's on you, bro. That's up to you, man, if that's what you want to do. But like I said, anybody with a mind who could think and had common sense, I'm going to tell you something right now. The first thing they would have thought of and said they're going to do, they would have said, nah, you know what? I'm going to sign this land over with the camper, because he said he's not going to tow the camper all over the place, which I understand because it'll slow you down. But you see how the truth is coming out. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not looking for it at all. I don't want that to be the truth, but I'm saying the truth is coming out that these are mistakes you're making and you're giving up everywhere you're going. That's why you're bouncing around, which the behaviors match up with why you would have the issues you have. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. Because you're giving up. You're giving up on everyone around you. You're giving up on yourself. I'm just here as a real friend trying to tell you, don't give up. It's not about me. It's not about what you do with your land. You know, I don't care about that. I care, but it's not about that. It's about being a real friend and giving you the right advice as a man, as a human being. I wouldn't give up, bro, but I would change your priorities. I would get you and Shelly right and your dogs right and make sure y'all have everything you need. That's just common sense. And then worry about helping the homeless. You understand what I'm saying? Because you see, in the process, in the predicament, you're homeless too. All you have is that camper. And the minute that you leave it there, you're right back to homeless. See what I'm saying? And that just all the only point you're proving is that if you can't help yourself first and you can't get yourself right, why would you, and you cannot, and why would you try to help others if it does, it's not going to make sense. If folks are looking at you, they might be looking at you because of that, because they're saying, I just saw these people begging for money down the street. Tell me when I'm wrong. Audience, I know people feel me out there. I'm just saying the truth, dude. They're saying, oh, I just saw these people begging for money. They out here begging every day, but now, oh, they're feeding the homeless. And you keep saying that, and then you said you're not going to call them that. You're going to call them whatever, the less fortunate. Like, that's even worse. Let me tell you something, man, about being homeless. Ain't nobody homeless less fortunate. Being homeless has nothing to do with being fortunate. Trust me. There's homeless folks who are very fortunate, who are more fortunate than half the people I know who ain't homeless. There's very fortunate homeless folks. Are you kidding me? I know all about it, brother. I know more than you. I've been in more communities than all of y'all. I've seen all of that. You know, like I told you, I told him that I was in the shelter in Lexington. He was like, man, I didn't know you were. Yeah, I've been everywhere, man. I went and ate at the place across the street. They told me not to plug my phone in the charger. I know all them dudes over there. They know me. See, like, I'm a real street dude. I get out and I meet people. I'm really, really going through this and living this. You know, yeah, I got stranded in Kentucky because of that church group. I really went through that. I had no guarantee of getting back home ever. I was just stuck out there. So you think I don't know about survival? You think I don't know about real situations? I'm just saying, bro, the smart thing to do and the good friend and the back up what you say thing to do, if you want to prove yourself right and to be a stand-up dude for real, and that everything you ever said and ever told me that you really truly believe in or that you said on there, the only way is by doing the right thing. And I'm just being honest. Why would you not sign that land over to me? Here's the first thing. The minute that I get real funds, which, like I said, we may be coming into millions of dollars or whatever, I'll pay you for it. No problem. I can't right now, clearly. And I'm going to be honest with you about that. But as soon as I had the funds and money, I'd pay you for it. And I'd pay you a lot more than what it's worth and more than anyone else is going to give you. No problem. Just after the fact, I would just give you the money. It's up to you. And see, that's what a smart businessman does. You're not helping anyone. You're trying to prove some kind of point that's not there. Because the truth is that you're really, and this is the truth, and you may not want to hear it, but it's the truth. The truth is that you're giving up. You're giving up on yourself. You're giving up on Shelly. You're giving up on everyone around you, and you're letting them all down and justifying it by saying you're helping others. Help yourself, brother. See what I'm saying? And this is God talking. Help you so that you can help other people the right way. We cannot help others if we can't help ourselves, man. Even I know that. Trust me. That's why I work so hard. You know how tired I am right now? I could barely stand up straight. Real talk. I get moments I'm dizzy. I'm tired, man. I'm going hard as I can, bro. I'm Batman. I do a lot. I'm running a whole project here. I'm exhausted, but I feel look like I'm full of energy, right? because I'm trying. I got God working through me, giving me the strength to keep going. I don't have a choice. It's the same mentality you should have. Why don't you just take the option away of having a choice to quit and give up? That's the only way you succeed. I'm just being honest. You want to know how you succeed? You don't give yourself an option. See, I never had an option to fail. If I was in your position, the way I would say it, I'd cowboy up like my dad always told me, and I'd grit it out. And I'd say, I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens. I don't care with the wind, with the camper. I don't care. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to go through this and I'm going to grit it out. You know why? Because I signed up to do this and I'm going to see it through. And that's the difference between a quitter and someone who will succeed because they refuse to give up. I want to know the only way to succeed. That's why I play this stuff on this channel. See, people don't listen to how powerful my message is, and that I'm living and embodying it and showing you how to win, how to do these things, and how it's not easy. That thing from Rocky, what is it called? What does it say? One desire, not that one, but it's not the Eye of the Tiger. It's, what is it? The one I just played. About something about there's no shortcut, that you have to go through the hard stuff. There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut. There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut. That's God talking, man. There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut. You got to just go through the hell. That's what I did. I've been going through it for a while now. You got to go through it. And there's a gift in all of it. It is a gift. But you have to look at it that way. Brother, these people call it Seton Hospital. You couldn't imagine what I've been through for the past 4 or 5 years. You couldn't imagine. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But look at me, still full of energy, still moving. And in my opinion, that's how God built Batman, by putting me through chaos and the impossible. And he told me he was going to do. He just said this recently. He said, it said, God is building you through chaos. All I can say, man, is you should take the matter to God. You should really talk to God and ask God for guidance. And I think that's God speaking to you through me. Hold up. You want to know how powerful prayer is, Charles? I would do that. I would literally get on your knees and sit down tonight and take my advice and listen to this, and I would just pray. And I would ask God for guidance and say, can you please help me to get through this, to see this through, because I really want to make this happen. I'll be honest with you, man. I know that you're struggling, but you really looked happy in moments through this, and it makes me feel good. It puts a smile on my face to see how happy you and Shelly have been when you win, when you rise to the occasion, when you what they call when you overcome, which is what I represent. Overcoming is not an easy path or an easy journey. You're witnessing it firsthand, but it's worth it. It's never easy. You think my journey is easy? I had a foot infection like a few months ago. Like I said, you know what I could have lost behind that? I didn't cry. And when I did, I just wiped my tears and I kept pushing. I kept it to myself. I didn't tell nobody except for Christina. I had people messing with me, didn't even know who I was talking to. So I thought I was talking to someone else, and I was explaining them that, it is what it is. At the end of the day, brother, this is a cold world, man. Things are hard. Life is hard for everybody. My advice is just don't give up. Like I said, I'm just saying, the only smart business move and the only move that would come from God that really would make sense, not just to me, but in general, and this is the truth, is if I were you, it would make sense to sign that land over to me. If you truly are not going to see it through and see the journey through, I would sign the land and the caravan over to me. Because you said you were going to sign it over to the homeless, and that's the silliest idea I ever heard. Okay, it's a tough idea in the first place. Nobody's going to understand when you go in the middle of the desert and then try to build something like what you're building, but I see the vision and I see how it could work. What I'm saying is, if you sign it over to me, we already said, and this is the thing, is a man has to keep his word. And this is the part I'm confused on and what I don't understand. You see, I never say anything except positivity, Charles, but I call people out on their behavior. And what I'm saying is, you gave me your word. You said in business you would like to go into business together. You would like to work together on this. Is that not true? If you want to work together on it, why would you not do that? Why would you not sign it over to me so that I can get out there? I'll build it myself. I'll finish building it for you. Sometimes we need help, brother. We can't do everything by ourselves. You see, and that's the only point, is we got to work together. So what I'm going to say is, why don't we start working together? You have it all right there. You've already built half of it. You already got it all going. You really built all of it. If you need help, man, if you feel like you need to get going, I'm telling you the truth. Sign it over to me. If you give it to them homeless folks out there in New Mexico, do you really think they're going to even be able to get over there or take care of it, bro? They're everything that you have out there. You already know it's not. I mean, they're going to ruin it, bro. That's common sense. They're going to do whatever they want willy nilly. If they even get out there, they're going to bring a bunch of stuff out there. They're going to try to bring, chicks out there and whatever they can find. And it's going to all go to hell. Everything you worked for, even if it was in a short period of time, you worked for this, you built it. If you sign over that camper and that land to me, I will go out there myself, like soon, or I'll go with Christina and I will build what you started. Do you have my word? The whole thing with helping the homeless, with feeding them breakfast, I'll have it done. I'll figure out how to get it done myself. Real talk. Bro, I've walked 30 plus miles a day, a lot of times, very frequently. I'm talking, it was all the time for a while out here for the past 2+ years. You're 12 miles out of town, you say, out of like near Deming or whatever in New Mexico. I'll get it done. I'll figure some way out. All I got to do is get over there. I would need some help, get some people to help me, and I can wait for Christina, and we'll have the money, or we can go out there and we'll have more than enough money to build everything. I will literally help all of them folks, the same people that you're helping and seeing. I'll make sure that they have everything they need. And that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, you're either keeping your word as a man and proving to me that you're a man, Charles, or you're definitely going against your word. And everything you said means nothing if you don't keep this promise. That's the truth. You told me, you gave me your word as a man that you want to do this together, that you want to build this, that you want to do this business. I'm telling you the truth. I will manually, I'm Batman. I can do the impossible. I will figure it out. And if I have to wait for Christina, no problem. We'll go out there and we'll use it and we'll clean it up and we'll get the land going and everything. But I'm just saying, that's my suggestion. And I'm 100% asking you. I would not sign that land and that camper over to random homeless folks. They are not going to do anything with it that's going to build anything, brother. And you're well aware of that. Come on. You understand? Why would you not give it to me when I'm responsible? I will literally build the business. You have my word. If you want me to sign a contract, okay, proving that I will do what I'm saying, that I will build and continue to build your business, I will gladly. I promise you. You have my word. I'm not kidding, nothing. So I'll create everything to where we'll make sure they eat breakfast. I would love that. I haven't had breakfast and I don't even know how many months. I don't even eat breakfast. It's not even an option. Usually I don't wake up early enough, and when I do, it's too expensive anyway. You know what I mean? How do you think that feels? I don't really have the option you do to go. I could do it, but I have too many people stalking me. I got too much going on. Like, I don't like doing that. I don't like asking people for money and all that. Like, honestly, it'd be a good idea. I should do it. But with my background, it doesn't really work anyway. You know what I mean? Because everybody's so skeptical and judgmental, and they think somehow, I don't know, I guess that I have more than them when I really have had nothing. I worked hard my entire life. I mean, we all have to get the basic stuff and basic necessities. We all got to eat, so like I said, man, I'm just telling you the truth. I personally wish that you would listen. Truthfully, I truthfully wish that you would sign that land over to me if you're planning on actually giving up. I don't want you to give up. So if that doesn't show I'm genuine, I don't know what to tell you. I hope that you see it through and I hope that you build this. And I believe that you have it in you, man. You're a pretty tough dude, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I've been watching and I'm impressed. You're a tougher guy than I originally thought. You know, you're tougher than all these folks on here. You've seen this through. You've gone through a lot. I mean, y'all are out there in serious heat, man. I know the heat because I deal with it out here. I can't even imagine out there. It's worse out there, folks. So I'm just telling you the right thing to do, man. Like honestly, bro, like it's the only move that makes sense. Nobody in their right mind would sign that land over to them folks out there. They're not going to do anything with it. It's going to all just go to hell. Everything you worked for. You could sign that land over to me. I mean, if you had to, you could help me get out there. You know what I mean? Like all I need is to get what I need. I need a little bit of help. I mean, maybe we could work together and do it. I don't know. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm being legitly honest with you, man. Like I don't know if that's an option too for you to actually like be able to come get me and bring me out there. I don't know if that's an option. I'm almost willing to take the risk and do it, but I'd have to talk to you about it. I don't know if I'm ready or not. It's pretty scary for me because I don't have any guarantee of income or anything outside of what I'm doing, you know, and I got to eat and stuff. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. You work together as a team better, you know. I don't know if you'd really want me around like that, especially in your space and stuff, but I'm good people. I'm no drama. I'm not going to argue with you about anything. I'm not going to get into it with you, nothing like that. I would be there to support and help, and I'd help you build the business like a work hand. So you can think about it, but I'm just telling you the truth, man. If you really want to see this through, you have two options. You can either do it yourself or you can involve me like I offered. And like I said, we should have plenty of money coming, and then I can have it built to a whole nother level and it'll be ours. We'll be co-owners of it. You know what I mean? Like if you want, I mean, it's your thing, brother. You opened the business. That's your business, brother. So, I mean, I'm not trying to take anything. It's up to you, man. So, you know, let me know and holler at me, but I'm just saying, make a hell of a lot more sense than what you're talking about. It would make sense to say, I'm gonna sign this land and this camper over to Tyree and let him figure out how to get out here, or maybe we can work together to get me out there, and he can come help me build it. I mean, that would be fun. I would love to do that with you. You know, I ain't scared to go out there. I know all these folks already know, and you need to stop saying where you're at, please. Quit putting out your location. That's a no-no, man. Come on, man. You've been through too much on here. You know that. Don't be telling these folks where you're at. See, when you do that, you compromise everything and everyone, including me. Don't do that again. It's too late now, but you need to stop that. That's a habit that Shelly needs to unlearn. It was Shelly who did it, but you got to stop that, man. Y'all are too naive and trusting. Can't do that. Hold on. And when she did it, when she let the cat out the bag, I was like, oh man, because it pretty much takes everything I just talked about with you and everything that I wanted to do. And it just, it pretty much ruins it. It makes it impossible, but it can still be done. But, you know, now you put out the location of where this place was at. And the whole point was it being off grid. The whole point was to get away from these people. See the point? Because there's always narcs that are trying to drag you down and stalking and all this, especially now. You see what I'm saying? Come on, man. I'm just saying you got to think, bro. Got to think, man. I don't understand people, man. I really don't, bro. Work that hard, man. But like I said, it's up to you, man. Either you're going to be a man of your word or you're not. That's the truth. That's the cold, hard facts and the cold, hard truth. Why not be a man and keep your word, bro? Come on, Charles. I believe in you, man. I think you can do this. You know what I mean? Like I said, you don't even have to finish it out. You don't got to do nothing. Sign it over to me. Sign the land over to me with the caravan. I'm a real man. I'll go out there and fix it. And you're a real man too. Everything I've seen from you has been a real man. And real men work together, and real men can see things through. I have a different kind of strength, Charles, and it comes from being tested in ways that people can't even fathom and imagine, I'll go out there and build it with you or for you. You decide. But I'm just saying, I know if you look in your heart of hearts and you really use your mind and you think, you'll know that I have genuine intentions and pure intentions, and you'll know that what I'm saying is the only thing that makes sense and it's the only valid choice. Anything else is lunacy. You understand? Why would you not do that? Why not sign it over to me so I can go out there and continue to build? I would love to go out there and see what New Mexico is like. Real talk. I would love to be able to have a camper out there like, bro, y'all are cooking out there. Like, you don't even know. These folks think they have it tough and they don't understand you have everything. You got all the amenities. Like, you think that you have it hard and rough. And I'm not saying you don't, but you don't understand. You got a lot of things that are going well for you. And y'all just don't count your blessings. You're not appreciative. Bro, you got a little thing to cook on in there. You got everything you need, bro. Like, that's what I need on top of everything else I got, but that's what I need right there. Like, hell, I want to do that. I want to wake up and eat breakfast, like good hearty breakfast. What? See, we all in need of something. I'm in need. I understand when I'm in need. You know, like, yeah, I got a lot, but not the things that I need. I'm in need. These folks, there's people who've been mooching off of other people forever. Got it way better than me. They got everything I don't have. I have to work hard as hell just to get basic stuff, and still can't afford it because I got targeted because of what happened to me because people were jealous. And that's okay. I'm not mad. I just try to go as hard as I can. But it's the truth. I'm just saying, bro. You want to be a good person? Why don't you quit making it all about the same thing you keep repeating about? Oh, the homeless, homeless, homeless. What does that matter? That doesn't qualify you for help, brother. That doesn't mean that those are the only folks who need help. I need help. I need your help, right? And you could help me. You're in a position to help me. And this is why I talk the way I do. This is a cat. You okay? Hey, little black and white tabby. He was chilling. I needed him to move anyway, so I can get out of the street. He did, but why not involve Batman, man? I'm sure them folks would like to meet Batman out there. You know what I mean? You think them homeless folks wouldn't want to meet Batman? Hell, I'm just like them. I come from living like that. Come from all that. I've been there, done all that, brother. I just never had those problems. People assume that you have to have those problems to be in that position. No, y'all are just entitled and you got people that'll help you. And my people never did anything for me but sabotage everything I ever did. My own people, my own family, my own people. Okay? Bro, my own family has ran red lights with my own checks so that I can go to jail, basically. My own family has stolen everything from me, everything. Still to this day. They're still in possession of it. Nobody cares. My family did me dirty, homie. Okay? And I still got to be nice. I don't have to. I just be nice because I'm a man of God. I don't care how much you wrong me. I don't care what you do. You can have it. All these material things, you can have it. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth my peace. It ain't worth my happiness. That's the thing people don't get. I let go of everything a long time ago. I'm just blessed and not lucky. I'm blessed by God, and God wants me to have everything. So I do. God provides. Every meal I have, God provides me. Just being real with you, man. I mean, you and I, Charles, we have a little bit of history, man. We could make this happen, bro. We could end up building a whole ministry thing. We could build a whole lot of stuff for God. Don't give up, man. And if you're gonna give up, I'm telling you, like, use your mind and just sit down and think for a minute. Wouldn't it make sense to do what we agreed to? And if you sign over the land to me with the camper, I'm giving you my word. I will do whatever you need me to do. I will build what you want to build, and then you can come right back over there anytime you want. You're always welcome. Always. You understand? Like, come on, it's your thing. Okay? And this is the whole time. If you sign it over to me, you have a place to go. You have a place to show up to, and then that way I can try to get it built right for you so that there's not so many issues. What I do, brother, I help people build businesses. I've built 5-star companies and businesses for people. People are ungrateful, no problem. All I've done is build for people in my life. Why not let me build for you? I have no issue doing so, brother. None. You understand? I'm telling you. Like, you never send a boy to do a grown man's job. And I'm not talking about you. I'm just using the phrase because it's funny. But it's the truth. I'm a man. I'm a god amongst men. I mean, telling you, I'll make it happen. If you sign it over to me, I'll get it right. Okay. Now, I'm not saying I can get over there right away, but I will make every move. I will work 10 times harder even than I am now, which really isn't possible. I'm working as hard as I can, but I will do everything in my power. I will eventually get over there. Just make sure everything is turned off and cool and everything's safe over there and that it's preserved and it's okay for when I get there. Real talk. We can do the deal through the internet or whatever, sign it over. Like I said, I'll start building everything. What do you mean? You know what I mean? All I got to figure out is how to get out there and how to have transportation. And then, I'll have another spot. I'll have my own stuff. You know what I mean? I can do what I want when I want. I can be in New Mexico. I can look for work. Like, and then you can always come right there and you can help me out and stay there with me or whatever. Like, come on, bro. We got to work together, man. Right now we're all struggling. We're all poor. The reason why you're having such a hard time making it, brother, is because you're depending on people's gratuity. You're depending on asking people and whatever, begging for money. There's nothing wrong with begging. I don't look on down on that at all. It's part of the game, but just understand everybody's doing it now. You have to. There's nothing wrong with admitting when you need help, brother. But what there's something wrong with is saying something that crazy and going against your word that you're giving me as a man. There's something wrong with that. And I just hope that you'll hear me and hear what I'm saying and hear me out and look in your heart and figure out that you're not making any sense, man. You don't sign over a business and everything and land to the homeless. And when it's 12 miles out of town and they ain't even going to be able to get there so that they can just ruin everything you work for. You sign that over to me. You don't let anyone on that land or near that camper. You don't tell them where it is. Sign it over to me. You have my word. I will do whatever it takes. At some point here, I will get it all up and running. I will get over there and I will figure it out. You understand? And if you can, please leave. I don't know how the generators work, but leave the generator, whatever the power source is, to where I can actually be able to have what I need and electricity out there. That's what I need. If you can do that for me, that would help. But, and again, this is all hypothetical, but just saying, it's the only thing that makes sense, man. So I hope you understand. I will truly be responsible with it if you listen to me and if you do the right thing. But that's all that makes sense, man. Come on, bro. You put in all this hard work. You did all this. Let's see this through, brother. We agreed. We talked as men. We agreed on here with Shelly here, and we all agreed and we said, yeah, let's try to work together. This is not about just exposure for you. See, you got to understand. You got to face the reality at some point, brother. You're not going to get huge on social media. It's common sense. It's not going to happen. If it was going to happen, it would have happened by now. And this the thing is, everybody has their own selfish pipe dream. This isn't about you. It's about everybody. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. You can try, and I'm rooting for you, and I hope you do. But who is viral and famous? Who does have tons of views, thousands of views, a fan base, marketing, promotion? Me. Why? Because I built it all for folks like you to share with me and utilize with me to help you promote everything. That's why I built my own website. That's why I built my own record label. I build companies so it can help other people, and people are ungrateful. Like, I don't understand the attitude. It's called just being grateful, man. A little bit of gratefulness goes a long way. I'm grateful for every little thing I get, man. I need plenty of help even right now. Folks ain't helping me, man. Folks just sit there and let me struggle. Like, real talk. Just because I don't know why people think, like, I'm still struggling. I'm gonna struggle every day for a minute until Christina comes and rescues me. That's the truth. And that's okay. But God's got to do it for me. God has to send me money. God told me I can send you money anytime. God has to work through people to make miracles happen, but he's doing it right. I mean, like I said, my homeboy over here, he gave me 2 scooters, not electric, just little mini scooters. He gave me those and a bicycle. I got 5 bikes in inventory now. I'm doing pretty good. we're working on building inventory businesses. I mean, my business is thriving here. My media company is thriving as far as I'm concerned. I'm thriving as Batman. I'm winning. Everything I'm doing, I'm succeeding in, Charles. I work harder than anyone. That's why I don't give myself an excuse. Don't give yourself an excuse. I want y'all to be safe, so I understand. But like I said, you don't have to do this by yourself. And I've told so many folks this. I've told plenty of so-called women this who want to sit there and always have a pity party and woe is me and cry. Like I said, that's what they all do. But you're all responsible for your own decisions. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. This is why a lot of folks don't feel sorry for you because they have no reason to, because you're doing it to yourself. You know, it only makes sense to help yourself first and then be able to help other people. That's not being selfish, that's being smart. See what I'm saying? So it is what it is, brother. I mean, you said all this stuff, you made all these claims, you said you're gonna do this and that. I'm just saying, man, keep your word, bro. Keep your word. If you don't keep your word, that's gonna be a major reflection to me of your character and who you truly are, man. And I hope you don't let me down too, because you're gonna let me down too. You know what I mean? We talked about this, man. This is a life-changing decision. If you do what I'm telling you, what I'm asking you. I'm not telling you no, I'm not telling you to do nothing. I would never tell you what to do. I'm asking you. If you do this and do the right thing, what do you think's going to happen when I get all these millions of dollars? You think I'm not going to pay you for the camper and the land? Handsomely, no problem. Way more than what it's worth. Come on, bro, be smart, bro. You see what I'm saying? It just folks ain't making no sense. I mean, you talking about at least you could get a couple of grand at least, if not 10 to 20 racks. I might end up paying you. When I got all the millions of dollars, it ain't nothing to me. I'm not selfish. You're gonna get your money. If you sign it over to somebody who's responsible, me, nobody else, me, I'm the one who can do it. And say, it's yours. Get over there when you want. I left the generator for you. Everything works. You can talk to me and correspond with me if you need help getting everything turned on when you get over there. I'm just saying, bro, that's the smart business move. That's what agrees and is in alignment with everything we agreed upon and talked about. That's all I'm saying. Ball's in your court, man. You figure out what you want to do, bro. I mean, you know what I mean? About either you want to make the right decision or you want to go back on your word and let everyone down, including me. And that's pretty disappointing, dude. It truly is, because I'm really out here. I'm putting my name on the line for you, and I'm believing you. I believe in you, Charles. I really do, man. If nobody else does, I do. I see it in you. I see I see a lot of a I see a superhero in you. I really do, man. I'm impressed, like legit. So I hope that means something, man. I hope you get to hear that, man. You know what I mean? I hope that it's starting to get emotional, but I hope that I hope you listen, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm giving you my word, bro. You know, like God talks to me. I'm directly connected to God. You know, you need God involved in this, you know, through me. Involve me. I'm here to help. This is the thing. That's why I have issues and can't stand folks, because I'm like, I'm right here and God is working through me and I'm doing the same thing. That's why I feel I relate to God, because God is like, I'm here. I'm right here to help you. Come to me. You know what I mean? All you got to do is come to me. That's all God wants to do, is love us and help us. And I feel his pain, man, because he's so rejected on this planet, man. It's just sad. And I'm going through the same thing with everybody when I'm right here. I'm right here offering full help to Charles, to everyone. All he's got to do is say, you know what, I'm going to listen to you, man. I'm going to sign it over to you. I'm going to sign you over the land, and I'm going to sign you over the camper, and I'll leave the generator there. And, you know, I'm going to believe in you. And whenever you can get over there and you can turn everything on and get it running. And, you know, it's yours, and you know what I mean, you can build this. Like, I would love to do that. I would love to help those folks out there if I could, you know. And at some point I know I'm going to be able to. You know, it's all going to happen, man. It's all unfolding in front of your eyes, man. Come on, bro. Everything I've ever done, I've succeeded. I'm not losing, I'm succeeding. It's just success is very different, especially when you go through things and get targeted the way I did for making too much money. Everything I do, I succeed in. This is success. Sometimes you got to go through hell, you know, because people are jealous in this world, because people want to hold you back, because people don't want nobody to have nothing. and nobody to build nothing. Everything you saying, every tear you've cried, every struggle, make it count and mean something, man. Because this ain't about just you; it's for us, it's for all of us. You know, if you win, we win. If I win, you win. If we win together. So that's all I'm gonna say, man. I'm speaking from the heart, bro. So I hope he hears me, but it's the only thing that makes sense, man. I'm telling you, they are not going to take care of that land or that camper, bro. You want all that to not be able, like, come on, bro. You got this stuff together. I can utilize it. I can use it for everything. It can be used for in the future for Sneed Enterprises and the conglomerate we're building. You'll get paid handsomely. You'll be a part of everything we're doing. Come on, bro. I'm trying to get everything together to have you good and wealthy. If Christina just approves and she likes y'all and sees that you're good people, this is how you prove it to her, not just to me, but to her. See what I'm saying? Do you get the drift? Get my point? I'm trying to make you look good. I'm telling Christina, I'm telling her, please, I want to help these folks. I'm not giving up on y'all. You understand what I'm saying? You just got to make this one move, bro. If you just say, yo, I'm going to sign the land and the camper over to Tyree, to Batman, right? And that's it. It's yours. And I'm gonna believe in you, and I believe I'm taking you by your word. I will keep my word, brother. You have my word. I promise. I never break my word. You know what I mean? I've only got one thing in this world: my and my word, and I don't break them for nobody. That's me. I'm giving you my word, brother. So, like I said, my word has never. I've never gone back on my word. Never, never in my life. You have my word. It's a guarantee. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna get it done. So I'm telling you, bro, trust in me, bro. Trust in God, bro. You all claim to believe in God, but see, that's what I'm saying. When it come time to believe in God, y'all wanna let fear get stronger than love, like Pac said, and you want to give in and give up on everybody, bro. Don't give up on me too and yourself. Come on, son. Like I said, bro. Telling you, man, that's the right move, man. Sign me over the land, sign me over the camper, bro. I'll get everything running as soon as I can, and I'll go help all them homeless folks. I'll feed them breakfast. We can do all that, bro, and we can do it together as a team. You let me know, man. That's what we agreed upon. That's what I thought you wanted to do and said you wanted to do. So let me know, bro.